Hello, career knowledge enthusiasts. This is Yules Chan from Brain Person Career Coaching. Before we begin, please, if you haven't already, check out my website where I share more brilliant career advice and tips through blogging. In this video today, I like to define what success is to me, and then I like to share how you can build a profile of success utilizing 5 main strategies. The first is knowing what the cost is when pursuing a career path or direction. 2, being prepared, so knowing the risk and sacrifices involved. Number 3, understanding your limits before you break. 4, pushing your limits. And then finally, safeguarding your assets. So, without further ado, let's begin. So, when we look at success, think about an iceberg. On the surface, we see the accomplishments, the outwardly, how they present themselves. Maybe think about the idols or the movie stars that we see. We see their nice cars, we see their nice homes, we see them being happy. Okay. So, one thing that we don't recognize is the hidden foundations of success that they put into how they achieve these accomplishments. So, some of those are the values, the challenges, the sacrifice, how they push their limits, the reflection and the balance, all necessary in order to pursue the success that they have today. So, growth is sometimes the things that we don't often see. So, when you're looking at success, think about this. The first is, what is the cost? When we're looking at what is the cost, first we look at self-reflection. So, what is required in order to pursue the career path that you're looking into? Okay, whether that's hobbies or interests that you really love. Okay, knowing how to balance interest and hobbies with work life and goals is going to be very important. Then we look at relationships, okay? If your value is family, friends, think about how the career path that you're going to take is going to impact that. Then we're looking at career alignments. Does your morals and ethics align with the career path that you're going into? Okay. For example, a geologist, okay, looking at clean energy, pursuing oil and gas. Okay. So, what does that look like for you? Okay. Now, the time commitment is going to be very important. Pursuing a doctor versus a programmer, software developer, is going to look very different. And then finally, the financial cost. Are we looking at $20,000? Are we looking at $100,000? How are you going to pay it off? Does the income or expected income of your career path going to pay off the amount that you're going to owe? Okay, these are all important factors. So whether you take full-time and part-time is really going to be dependent on how much you're willing to commit. So I hope that helps. Now to point 2. Now we're going to look at steps in being prepared. So the first is assess your current position. What are your strengths? Where is the gap? Okay, when you're pursuing the career path, there's going to be the academic side of things. Okay, uh, were you successful in high school? And how much work are you going to need? How much discipline is required to pursue the career path that you're looking into? Then, understanding the responsibilities is often required when you're dedicated towards the career path that you're looking into. Then, identifying the sacrifices that you're willing to make. So, again, this goes into the financial cost. This goes into the value propositions, the family, and so forth. Okay. And then lastly, make sure you enjoy the simple pleasures in life. That is how you're going to maximize your work life balance and goals. Now to point three. Understanding your limits is going to be very important when you are building a profile of success. Knowing the energy levels for yourself. When are you most productive? And when do you feel most drained? Maybe not work when you just eat a big meal, okay? If you're not a morning person, try to allocate tasks and responsibilities so that you are performing at your best. Then make sure that you know your stress sharehold. What does it take to knock you down? What does it take in order to reach a breaking point? When we're looking at personal life, we look at your relationships, your friends, your family. What does it take for you to be angry at them? Okay. And then when you're able to understand that, you can set clear boundaries. In work, that means that you can balance the work. You can say no to projects if you're feeling overwhelmed. Okay. It's going to be important for both your mental and your physical health. And then finally, building the emotional resilience for yourself, making sure that things don't always go as planned. So make sure you're adapting flexibility and forgiveness. That is what it takes to understand your limits. Now we're going to step four, which is pushing the limits. When we understand our limits, we can finally push our limits. Building small building blocks to learn new tasks and responsibilities is one thing, okay? And it also helps us feel better prepared. What are the types of supports and mentorships in order to succeed? Knowing this helps you accomplish certain tasks that you may not feel as comfortable with. So now we're going to talk about number five, how to safeguard your assets. Now, the assets I'm talking about is not monetary, it is not money. Instead, it's the things that you have built over time, relationships such as family and friends, the time that you invested in the interests and the hobbies. These are worth protecting, okay? It helps you when you're in your up and downs. Before it's too late, know what is of value for you. Before it's too late, make sure that you are investing time with your family and friends, things that are important to you, because There may come a moment where you lose your job or you become so successful that you start losing the things that are really important to you. And I don't want that to happen to anyone. So make sure you're prioritizing that to increase your mental and physical well-being. And this is how you build a profile of success. I hope this was very insightful and helpful for you. If you have any insights, anything that you'd like to know more about, please leave it in the comments below. Until next time, I'm checking out.